Monadelphous, expecting continued demand for its maintenance and construction services, supported by demand in the resources and energy sectors. The mining services company reporting record first half revenue of $1.53 billion. That's up 45% on the previous corresponding period. Earnings were up a similar percentage, while net profit after tax was up more than 5% to $65 million. It has maintained its fully franked interim dividend at 49 cents a share. In terms of the brokers, Citi praising the company, saying it's a high quality contractor with a razor sharp focus on risk, capacity and cost management. And RBC Capital similarly upbeat, saying that Monadelphous' upgrade to revenue guidance while maintaining margins implies an upgrade to FY26 market expectations. Stock up as we speak, close to 14%. Jonathan, are you as buoyant in your outlook for the company?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I've been kicking myself because I didn't jump on the train. I was talking about mining services middle of last year, saying that they were relatively cheap here, and basically they've just gone on an absolute tear. And I bought some other ones, but I didn't buy the best and the biggest and the best in that space. And I feel like, every time I see that chart, I'm like, oh my god, how did I miss that chart? So it should have been laid down to Z to actually buy some as well going into earnings, because I was talking about how South 32 kicked it out earnings, and I'm expecting BHP and Rio to do the same. The company that benefits from those companies should have kicked it out of the park, and it has. So for me, it's a great company. If you're a long-term investor, you don't have to do anything; just hold on and just go. Because I like to fiddle with a lot of things and get myself into trouble. What I have noticed is that every time it does beat earnings, and this is the last couple of times it does tend to go sideways for a little bit before it kind of finds a base and then moves on higher. So if you're a bit of a tinkerer like myself, I would actually trim some here and look for a bit of an entry, because I think that that gap may not close back all the way. But just in general, Monadelphous is just kicking out of the park. From what I saw, the headline revenue, it's 5% above analyst expectations. The earnings per share 17% above expectations. So blue chip company in the right sector that's growing. You're not going to lose money holding on to this. So it is I would say more of a hold at the moment. If you've got fresh capital, I would wait to enter in. But if you've got it, just lean back and enjoy the ride.
But tempted to just take a bit off the table.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just, as I said, and it's just more, I've seen how it reacts at the last two earnings. It does jump and it does go sideways and pulls back a little bit. So that's why I'm saying trim some a little bit here, and there could be a slightly better entry in maybe a month's time.
Yep. All right. Francesco, picks and shovels, not a bad time.
No, good time. And look, this is, you'd probably consider the blue chip of the mining services sector. As companies scramble to take advantage of the higher prices to try and increase production, obviously these types of companies will benefit, because they'll try and engage more and more of their services. We saw their revenue guidance 30% higher. That's significant. And that's a forward-looking statement. We don't want to look in the rearview mirror. We want to look at what's going to happen over the next 6 to 12 months. In their forward statements, they're normally a very conservative, company with making announcements, but it was fairly noticeable that there was no cautious language in their outlook statement. So that's a positive, and that's really what's sent the share price rocketing today. I mean, we can look at all the other things. The revenue up, the EBITDA up, the NPAT up 53%. So all those things go towards pushing that share price higher. But those forward-looking statements, new contracts, extensions of contracts. That's the forward contracts are totaling about $1.4 billion over the next couple of years, if you like. So that's very strong. Balance sheet strong to, I suppose, invest in those projects as well. So look, we don't have coverage of it at Ord Minnett, but I would say definitely a hold if you're owning the stock. Would I chase it? I don't know what the EPS is, so it's hard for me to see how expensive this stock is. I dare say it'll be trading on a pretty high PE. Whether it justifies all that growth, I struggle to say. But if you own it, I'd hold it. Yeah, look, take it a little bit off the table if it's got to a position where it's overweight in your portfolio. Yeah, I wouldn't be discarding a lightning effect, but as far as buying, look, all those good signs are there. It's just a good company, well managed, good operations, but at what price is a bargain? I don't know, because I don't have those numbers for you.
That is a double hold then for our stock of the day, Monadelphous.